Hey guys, DB here, Fallen Heroes Tattoo and Art. Just another check-in. I've got, if nothing else, this Corona stuff has had me on the phone a lot more than usual, and emails a lot more than usual, talking to people and figuring out what people are doing and how everybody's taking care of themselves and things like that. And one thing so that's a good thing that's come from it is talking to people, hearing people's voices, family, friends, things like that. Awesome clients just calling to shoot this shit. It's awesome. I really dig it. And people are, I'm not a motivational speaker or anything, but people are asking my opinion and how I think it might all play out. To be honest with you, I don't know, but I'm hearing so many different, some of them contradicting things online, and you get online, you watch the news, you listen to the radio, any of that stuff, and it all seems to kind of contradict itself just enough to confuse a guy. And I'm no brain surgeon or rocket scientist, so maybe that's easier than for most of us, but I just don't get it. I think there's more to it. I'm not a conspiracy guy, but I think there's more to it than what we're being sold. But one thing I've seen from all of this, and that I'm kind of picking up on, in all these emails and stuff that I finally got time to go through regularly, I'm seeing a big difference in the communication from big companies and small companies. So by big companies, I mean the airlines. So we do a lot of traveling. We did a lot of traveling, sorry. The airlines, the cable companies, the utilities companies, things like that, your mortgage company. And I'm seeing emails from the little guys, like, places where you buy regular stuff, the things that you go in and they've got a, hey, join our mailing list sort of thing. And you get on their mailing list and they email you when they have updates, little things like right here in town, places we eat. Croquettes is one of them, sent out a mailer, and that was the one that really made me kind of start thinking, when all this is over. And I heard today President Trump said it, and he was sitting in the Rose Garden at the White House, and he said that he wants it over by Easter, that he wants all this the shutdown and stuff done by Easter. He wants people to still pay attention to the no shaking hands rule and things like that, but he wants the country back to work by Easter, and that's awesome. We were originally given that the May 1st, and that still stands as far as we know. The May 1st deadline still stands, so we're sticking with that until we hear for sure. But it was nice to hear somebody in charge. President Trump said that he wants it done by Easter, and if it is, I think we've decided as a family, anyways, whatever impact it is, that we're gonna go out of our way when this is all said and done with, and those businesses that do survive, and I think most of them will. They're finding ways to do it, and I'm hearing stories about people paying their folks out of pocket just to make sure that they can take care of their own. So what I think we're gonna do as a family is. And I'm speaking on behalf of myself and Mama right now. Our kids have all grown up and moved out, but so not a huge impact. But I think if a couple more people did it, it might be. I think we're gonna go to places where we can shake the owner's hand. That's the places we're gonna frequent. There's small grocery stores. There's small, convenience stores. There's places where you can buy your shoes and your clothes and things like that aren't necessarily tied to some big conglomerate or corporate entity thing. I think we're going to stop a lot of our the automated payments to these big companies, because what I'm seeing, like, I read that whole bill today, the bill for the coronavirus, and I think there were 3 entries that really impacted people that have been hit with this shutdown and stuff like that. 3 entries out of 247 pages. That was a shock. And what it looks like to me is the bigger companies are going to get taken care of. And they, there's workers and stuff to consider there, but there's also these smaller companies to consider. And I'm not talking about just ours. Sure, I'd be biased, talk about FH all day long, but I think we'll be fine. We'll make it. We've talked to every one of our guys about, the bills that they've got coming up, the stuff they need for kids, things like that. And we're doing everything we can to make sure that stuff gets taken care of. We've got, like I said in the beginning, we've got great clients that have stepped up, and they're buying art, they're buying T-shirts, they're whatever they can do to make sure their artists are taken care of. And we love that. And thank you guys 1,000 times. So we're going to be fine. We're going to make it. We'll be back. We'll probably throw a big party whenever they let us reopen. Get everybody in and get that ink itch taken care of. But I'm talking about these other small businesses around town, the restaurants, the shoe shops, the little, those little boutique type places where you get some of the stuff that you can get online at the big shops or you can get wherever, but a lot of the stuff that you would need is right there with these small businesses. So I think we're gonna make a point to shop at places and spend our money in places where we can shake the owner's hand, or places that we've seen these emails and these the Facebook Go Live. We've seen a lot of that. That's where we're going to spend our money, is these guys that we know are going through this thing, and they're only going through it because they're into their business's heart and soul. It's not a big $1 trillion company that's going to get $1 trillion bailout. It's a little tiny company that a few $1,000s would have kept them from going under, that sort of thing. Those are the people that we're going to support. So that's what I'm telling everybody when I'm talking to them about what do I think is going to happen and what are we going to do when we can open back up. And well, we're going to tattoo, but we're going to make it a point to do all the things that we can do with smaller companies. I think if we start spending our money there, those smaller companies will be more capable of doing the bigger things that we get from the Walmarts and from the whatever corporations that you could name. I think the more business that these small organizations get, the more they'll be capable of doing, and pretty soon we'll have a balance, a little bit more fairness as far as, hey, I've got options. I can go shop here at Clark's Shoes or whatever, rather than going online to Zappos or going down to Payless that the owner might not have ever seen Colorado or known what we went through during this thing. So we're going to take care of those that have taken care of us, and we're going to take care of those that have done everything they can and given every little last bit to take care of their workers. Small business, at the end of the day, is what we're going to support. Small local business. So if you're from Colorado and you're a small business, hit us up. Put a link on our page. Ask it if you want to be put out there in social media. We're happy to put you out there in social media. If you want to be affiliated with a bunch of dirty weirdos at a tattoo shop, we're happy to do that. And places like I know a lot of the other shops in town get some of their stuff from Affordable Medical Supply. That's locally owned. That's locally maintained. They've got people that they're paying just so that they come back to work when they can. I got 100 examples in my head that just aren't coming to the tip of my tongue right now, but you guys get the point. We're going to stay small business. We're going to stay local. We're going to take care of those that have taken care of us and those that are doing every single thing they can to take care of their own. Taking out loans just to make payroll and make sure that these people can afford their mortgage, things like that. Those are the people that we're going to take care of, and that's what I really wanted to get out in this message. I'll do a couple more of these. People seem to be listening, and just an update on our open date, because that's been a huge question. I got sent an email this morning that my input got put before the governor to have us open alongside the restaurants and bars that have been shut down, so that if they get an earlier date, we get an earlier date. So I don't know if that means we will get an earlier date, but I know it's on his desk, and so Governor Paulus has that on his desk. We've been assured that was by his communications executive. So for whatever it's worth, we're at least getting read and listened to, and you guys will definitely be the first to know when we're set to go back up. And like I said, we'll probably have a little party, kick something off. Maybe catch up on all the holidays we're going to miss. But again, we appreciate you guys. Love each other, look out for each other, make sure everybody's doing okay, and live local. Do everything you can to live local. Take care of these people that are in business to take care of you, their neighbors, their friends. Love you guys, and until next check-in, love, peace, and hair grease.